with the morning wrap, here to update you with everything that's been making the headlines. It's been an exciting night, especially in the world of football. I'm talking about the Premier League in particular. There's been a lot of movement there in the top four, a result which not many thought would happen. There is now news coming in from Indian cricket as well, and over the next few minutes I'm going to be telling you about everything that's making the headlines right now. And to begin with, Gambhir has found himself on the wrong side yet again. He's involved in another bust up. You'd wonder how it happened, where it happened. I'm going to be telling you about that. That in fact is our top story here on the Spots Today morning wrap. Gambhir was involved, and this is an incident which happened in the second over in the Legends League, that match that happened between Gujarat and the India Capitals. There you see Sreesanth, in fact, after the incident took place, took to Instagram and has put out his version of the story. But what exactly happened over here was, again in the second over, while Sreesanth was having a go at Gambhir with the ball, Gambhir had dispatched him for consecutive boundaries. There was a 4 and a 6 that was hit, after which there was a long stare off that happened between the two, and Gambhir gave him a proper stare. And then of course this bit of an altercation that took place between the two. However, and we will be doing a detailed story on this incident as to how exactly things panned out and what exactly is it that Sreesanth sort of felt about it. His version we know, and we're going to be putting out the exact details. But what we can tell you at the moment is the fact that Sreesanth, his version is that Gambhir said things that he shouldn't have said. He also cast opinions on Gambhir, the character. He's called him Mr. Fighter because he's taken up fights, he says. He's talked about Gambhir's equation with Virender Sehwag, and how even as a broadcaster Gambhir would often evade questions, particularly about Virat Kohli. He also then alluded to the incident between Gambhir and Kohli that had taken place in the IPL earlier this year, and that is his version. He believes that he was told things that Gambhir shouldn't have said, and he's called those things rather rude. So that is exactly what happened as far as this particular match is concerned. Gambhir again being involved in some on-field altercation that he sort of often ends up finding himself in, whether he's playing or not. Yet again, I will say, in case you're joining us right now, we will do a detailed story on this rather soon, so stick with us all through the day. We're going to be coming up with a detailed explainer on what exactly happened over there. Moving up now, Shan Masood, who's playing, of course, now the Pakistan team happened to be in Australia. They're playing a pre-tour match. On this tour match, what's happened is that Shan Masood playing his first match as captain, again not an official match, it is a warm-up game because Pakistan are playing again against the Prime Minister's 11. They've declared for 391 with a double century, remember, coming in from Shan Masood. We'll keep you updated with that particular match as well. But moving on now, there's some good news coming in for the Indian boxers, and rather young Indian boxers I should say, because they've made the nation very proud at the Junior Boxing Championship. Why do I say that? Because there were 12 finalists in this particular edition from India. No other country had more finalists than India did. You had 12 finalists this time around that qualified for the finals, and three of the players we're going to be talking about, Payal, Nisha and Akansha, well, gold medals for these three. They've indeed done the nation proud, and it's their dominant performances that ensured that India finished as a dominant force in the boxing champions, in the junior boxing championships I should say. As far as the medal tally is concerned, a proud medal tally for India as well. 17 medals won by the Indian contingent, and if my memory serves me right, there were about 26 members of this contingent that had gone for this particular event. Of those, you've got 3 gold medals. Payal, Nisha, Akansha, the 3 faces and the 3 girls that you see right behind me are the 3 gold medalists. As far as silver medal goes, you've got 9 silver medals and 5 bronze medals as well that India won at the Junior Boxing Championship. Moving on now to some more cricket news that we have again, and this comes from that New Zealand-Bangladesh match which got halted yesterday because of rain. New Zealand continue to be on 55 for 5 because it continues to pour in Mirpur. It started with a bit of a drizzle, but our understanding at the moment is, and what we're getting to learn, that play hasn't resumed yet because it is continuing to pour in Mirpur, which is why New Zealand versus Bangladesh remains where it was yesterday. You thought you'll make up for the overs lost today, but play hasn't even started on day 2, and New Zealand remain on 55 for the loss of 5 wickets. Bangladesh though making a real match of it on day 1 after being dismissed for a below par total of under 200, but then striking back in the match, making a strong comeback with chipping away 5 crucial wickets off the Kiwis, and the match stays exactly where it was yesterday. More news now, and shifting the focus now to the Premier League, because this is a result which has changed the complexion of the top 4 as far as the Premier League is concerned. Nobody saw this result coming, but a rather dominant performance by Aston Villa, allowing Manchester City only 2 shots at goal, and that's the headline over there, because not ever would you have ever seen a Pep Guardiola side been dominated the way they were dominated at Villa Park by Unai Emery's side. Only 2 goals, and by the way, that second shot came in the 11th minute. In the 11th minute, and Manchester City for the remaining 70 odd minutes had no shot on goal. That is how dominant Aston Villa were on the night, and what that has done is that Aston Villa have now moved into third position, and Manchester City have slipped to 4th. Manchester City are now 6 point adrift off the top. Aston Villa with 32 points are now the third place side in the Premier League as we speak. Manchester City, and the gap between Manchester City, the defending champions, and Arsenal has now extended to 6 points, and Manchester City being steamrolled in many ways because not given a lot of possession, not allowed much room, and only 2 shots. How often would you hear that? In fact, if I'm not wrong, about 500 odd matches that Pep Guardiola has been involved in, it is the first time in his career that his team has not managed to score more than 2 shots on the goal. Not even 3 shots, let's say, on the goal. And that tells you a thing or two that's happening at Manchester City, who have somewhat lost momentum at the moment. So that was one big result, and what this result also means is, because Manchester City have dropped points, that the gap between Manchester United and Manchester City is also now down to 3 points, because Manchester United getting a rare win at home. They managed to win against Chelsea 2-1 at Old Trafford, and what that means is Manchester United are now up to 27 points, still not in the top 4, Man United, but then still making some progress only as far as the Premier League is concerned. Garnacho there providing the assist for the second goal that was scored by Scott McTominay. In fact, Scott McTominay was named the player of the match for scoring both the goals of the match. And Chelsea, well, their up and down season continues and continue to struggle in the Premier League as we speak, but a very good goal scored there by Palmer, who restored parity as far as Chelsea are concerned in this particular match. But then Manchester United just about doing enough on the day. In fact, when you look at the overall performance of Manchester United, they were indeed very, very good, and the better side deserved these 3 points as well, given the kind of chances that they were creating and given the kind of opportunities that fell their way. Garnacho himself, by the way, could have scored a couple had he been able to convert those chances. So that was the Sports Today morning wrap. Again, it's just the start of the day. There will be more news coming in. We are coming back to you very shortly with a detailed explanation on what exactly happened between Gautam Gambhir and Sreesanth. So stay tuned for that, and for everything else as well. You know, there's only one destination that you have to come to for everything sport.